Welcome to Spirits and Supernatural. I'm Dawn.
I'm Jenny. Today we are we're deviating a little bit from schedule.
Yes.
We had decided that every 15th episode, this is our 15th episode, yay,
Woo.
We are going to do a little reflections episode. Mm-hmm. So this is our first one. And what are we reflecting on, Dawn?
Our lives.
Oh, gosh.
No.
Sorry for the 12-hour-long podcast as I reflect on my
We are reflecting on the first 14 episodes that we've done so far. Mm-hmm. Specifically, we have picked our favorite cocktails.
Yes.
Which do not include the Vesper.
Nope.
Absolutely. And also, we decided we were going to talk about what our favorite episode from season 1 of Supernatural was.
Yes.
Which was a struggle.
Oh my gosh. It was so hard.
Yeah.
I narrowed it down to 3.
I narrowed it down to 3 as well. And we don't know what each other picked. So we're going to find out.
Well, let's talk about our drinks real quick.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I chose the Purple Nurple. That was our OG, our very first drink.
Yeah.
It was before we did our swig rating, so I'm going to do a swig rating on it today, too.
Oh, I like that. Uh-huh.
And I'm going to enjoy Purple Nurple while I talk about whatever episode I chose. And what drink did you choose, Dawn?
I feel like we kind of went cliche on the ones that we picked because you picked our OG drink and I picked the cocktail that I made for us, the Djinn Tonic.
Perfect.
Because if I haven't made it clear enough, I love gin.
Oh, I thought you loved tonic. Now I know.
No, I don't love tonic, which is why there's also club soda in it. So if you want to know the recipes for these cocktails, you can go back to those episodes. It's actually in the description.
It is.
So you can listen to the whole episode, or you can read the description.
Maybe
I'll
just send out the recipes again
and we
this
could
week.
do that too.
So people can look at them closer if they want to.
No, they should work for it.
They should work for it. Listen to all of our episodes many times.
Precisely.
Share with your friends. So I got to know. So you picked 3. I picked 3.
Uh-huh.
Did you narrow it down to what your number 1 is?
I think I did.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right.
Do you want to know right now what mine is, or should we make our cocktails first?
Let's make our drinks.
Okay. All right.
I can work on mine while you work on yours.
Okay. I'm going to want a little ice in the shaker here. Did we use the shaker for the Purple Nurple?
I don't think so.
Okay. Bit of shakerness here with this. So.
We have had the day just trying to get this podcast started. We forgot the equipment.
Uh-huh.
I forgot part of the alcohol. It was so we were a little bit of a mess. But
we were.
We're doing good now. Man, that smells good. Smell that.
That black
raspberry. The black raspberry schnapps smells so good. Oh, my gosh.
It just smells like candy. It's so
I'm so excited
sweet.
to drink another Purple Nurple. Okay. Well, I'm going to talk about the Purple Nurple episode real quick. Okay. That was when that was our first one we started off with, and it was about Dean Winchester, of course.
We had to start off with Dean.
Yes, we had to. Dawn allowed me to start off with Dean. I appreciate it.
I feel like it made sense, even though we met Sam first on the first episode of the show. It felt appropriate to start with Dean. He's the older brother. Technically, he arrived on this planet first. So.
Yeah, he did.
We didn't go by oldest creatures first, because then we would have started with like Chuck or the Darkness. Or both.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
We didn't do that.
Nope. We have a lot. We got a while till we build up to them. Mm-hmm. I don't even know what kind of cocktails we're going to do with them. They're going to probably be dark. The darkness.
I don't know. Doing Amara's will be interesting. I don't know. Chuck mostly, when he drank when he was the prophet, was just to forget that he was a prophet.
Yeah.
He was just like, this sucks.
An alcoholic, basically. Mm-hmm. All right, I'm just going to eyeball mine. Dawn is measuring hers.
You can use the measuring
cup. I'll eyeball it. I'm not driving.
Y'all, Jenny, when she makes stuff.
I do have a heavy pour.
Has quite the pour.
I do.
I'm going to put a little.
I'll admit it. But I'm not going to do too heavy of a pour because even though you all don't know this, we're recording 2 podcasts a day, so we don't want to go too crazy, I don't think. So I'm making up my Purple Nurple. This one's going to be, I think it might be more purpley than the first one.
That was quite loud.
It's really pretty. It's exciting to me to drink Purple Nurple because
that was really good.
Really delicious. So I'm going to give it a swig rating too because that was
pre-swig.
Before we had our swigs, and so
that was pre-swig rating.
Man, that was a long time ago. It feels like a long time ago, doesn't it?
It does. It really, really does feel like a long time ago. I'm opening like the club soda and tonic water bottles, and if you don't open them right, I learned this the hard way the first time I opened club soda. It like fizzes everywhere.
Oh, don't want that. You don't use Sprite. You used club soda, right? I'm using a little bit of Sprite in mine, and then I have my black raspberries to add to it because they're pretty and they're tasty.
Yeah, this I think was really easy because I just did like 2 ounces of everything. And club soda and tonic water so that it's not completely bitter because I'm putting Angostura bitters in it.
Yes, our Djinn and Tonic episode is when we had Ashley and Jen. Jen gave you a very hard time about your drink. She didn't like the bay leaf.
So funny. She's my bestie. I put up with her for 20 years.
Yeah, I'm sure it goes both ways too.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah. I'm a handful.
Okay. I'm a handful too. All right. Cheers. Man, that's
I love
good.
it.
It's as good as the first time.
Oh, I forgot the simple syrup. I was like, why? I forgot simple syrup.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I don't have any. I've got sugar. You want Sprite?
Maybe
sweet.
a little Sprite in there to sweeten it up. That's what I forgot.
Yeah.
Because the bitters
it's a little,
and the,
little too bitter without it.
Yeah. I'll just do a little bit of Sprite in there.
A little bit of Sprite.
Yeah.
Little bubbly.
All right. So we've got our cocktails.
Yes.
And then we're going to talk about our favorite episode from season 1. Should we say
I'm going to rate my drink real quick.
Okay.
My Purple Nurple gets full swig on taste. A full swig on ease of making it. A full swig.
Especially when you eyeball it.
Yeah. Just pour. And a full swig because I think it represents Dean well because a Purple Nurple was for him. And then the mocktail was easy enough to make. We decided you could just use black raspberry.
I wrote this
raspberry
down.
Ginger ale.
Yep. And then a non-alcoholic vodka if you wanted to do that.
Or Sprite.
And muddle a black raspberry in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's delicious. It gets 4 full swigs from me.
I thought you were going to say it's delicious. It's nutritious.
It's probably very, very not nutritious.
No.
But it is delicious.
It is. It was so sweet and very easy to drink. And yeah.
Dangerous.
The Djinn and Tonic we got a swig rating from everybody.
Right.
There was debate. There was esteem.
Well, it's a really pretty drink.
It is. It's got a nice color. It's the Angostura bitters give it like this kind of orange tint to it. So
it's pretty. I like it. And then you have your little lime floating in there. It's so.
And my bay leaf.
Yeah.
It feels very fancy, but it's very easy to make.
Because we're fancy gals.
Top episode from season 1. Is it time? It's time. I picked Wendigo.
Okay. That's a good one. That was not in my top 3.
Okay. I was curious to see if any of our top 3 would cross over. What did you pick?
All right. So am I picking the one that I narrowed it down to first? Or what am I doing?
I can tell you what my other ones were. The other 2 that were in my top 3.
Tell me all 3 of them.
Okay. So Wendigo I decided was my top. The other 2 that were close there were Faith and Hell House.
Okay. Hell House and Faith were both of mine, too.
I had a feeling Faith was going to be a top one.
And then Devil's Trap.
You picked Devil's Trap?
Yes.
Okay.
It was so good. It was the finale. You know, we met Bobby for the first time.
Oh, yes.
And
that almost made it into my top 3.
Yes.
So there's like 22 episodes in season 1. There's 22 to pick from. And we're like, what's your top episode?
Right.
Oh, it was a challenge.
It was a challenge. That's funny that we had 2 the same, though. So what does that mean? What do we talk about?
All of them.
We'll talk about all of them. Okay.
Okay, so let's talk about the ones that we had in common first, and then we'll talk about why we picked the ones we picked. So I picked Faith because there's a couple of themes throughout the show that start in this episode. One of them being Dean doesn't believe he deserves to be saved.
Right.
Which we see again and again and again. He also just accepts that he's going to die. He's like, this is the life.
Yeah.
This is bound to happen. Which
he makes jokes about it.
We see that throughout the whole thing.
For sure.
We also get the theme started of the brother not going to let the other brother die.
Right.
I'm going to find a way to save you. So there's all of that. I also like that Dean gets a little more emotional in this episode.
Yeah.
I actually I was rewatching some of these when I kind of narrowed it down, and I kind of like season 1 Dean. A lot of people like season 1 Dean better, or like early pre-Hell Dean, because he's a lot more sassy and a little more
comic.
Yeah, because he does get very serious. I mean, you go through hell, literally, that happens.
Several apocalypses might do that to you.
Yeah. So those are the reasons that I picked Faith. I thought that like those, you get introduced to those themes there.
Yeah.
And it carries on through all 15 seasons.
I agree with everything that you've said. And in addition to that, it also goes along with my theory about Dean's heart.
Yeah.
You know, when the rawhead, you know, because that's what they were chasing. The monster was called a rawhead. It's the only time that they ever have one.
They ever mention it. And you get to see it. And it just looks like this kind of like...
Rawhead.
Well, he's got like...
like hamburger meat head?
No. It looked like he had hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just looks like this like gross looking guy.
Yeah, it was really dark because this was still season 1.
They're in a basement,
everything's really
too.
dark.
And
and
they didn't use any lighting in season 1.
What I didn't understand was like Dean's like, you only get one shot at this guy. So I don't know why you only get one shot, and if it's just because of the weapon that they only had one shot. That's what I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So, but it was almost like a laser gun type of situation.
Taser, not laser.
Sorry, a taser gun. And he does it, but Dean is in water and he gets shocked. And so when they get him to the hospital, the doctor says to Sam, well, he had a heart attack and we just going to make him comfortable now.
I noticed something in that episode.
What was it?
They switch over to the hospital and Sam is talking to this nurse and she says, it doesn't seem like we have an insurance on file for you.
That's the first time you ever noticed that's Hannah?
Yes. I noticed that was Hannah. I was watching this just like yesterday and I was like, that's an angel. Yeah. I know her.
That's not the first time that's the first time she shows up, but it's not the only time she shows up as not Hannah. She's in another episode.
She's in the one with the Striga.
Yeah.
She's like the mom at the playground.
Right.
I know, because our groups talked about that. But I noticed that was her there too. And I was like, I know her.
Along with that, in this episode, I felt like the makeup department did such a good job of really making Jensen look sick.
Yeah.
Dean looked like he was dying.
They also very intentionally changed the way he dressed. Like he's wearing a hoodie.
Because he was probably cold. Because your heart's not working well, you're going to be cold.
Right.
And they were in Vancouver, but that's beside the point. And it was raining a lot. But I liked the end too, when the other girl, the girl that had been waiting and waiting and waiting to be healed, Layla comes to his hotel and he's like, I'm not much for praying, but I'm going to pray for you. And she's like, that's a miracle right there. And it was just such a sweet moment and really showed a lot of who Dean really is, too. He wasn't just saying that because he wanted to, like, get with that girl. Although, he's like, oh, well, maybe I'll have faith now. At the beginning when he met her or whatever. But he was like, it was like a genuine, and I think he was sorry. He felt bad because he got healed. Another person died in his place. If he had allowed Layla to get healed, another person would have died in her place, and he couldn't allow that to happen. And I know there was that guilt there of I got healed and I couldn't let her get healed.
This is like layer 1 of all of Dean's guilt over the years. It starts right in episode 12.
It was such a good episode. Yeah. It was really good.
I liked that. I think the whole like story of that episode and who like the baddie turns out to be is good.
Yeah.
It's so good too.
And I think it's interesting how they changed the Reapers as the years went on. This Reaper was like
this like
scary,
super
old, wrinkly man who would, like, if you saw him coming at you, you'd be really scared.
Right. But
not
then
real pretty like some of them, and like Billy and
Yep, exactly.
So, second one that we both chose, Hell House. Episode 17 introduces
the Ghost Facers.
But they're not the Ghost Facers yet.
They're the, what are they? The Hellhounds?
Hellhoundslair.com, I believe, is the episode, or their whatever. Website, yeah. Ed and Harry
love the Ghost Facers.
I do too.
So much. And I know some people, like, part of the fandom just hates on them.
I know.
But I love them.
I do too.
I love their like.
But we won't talk about them too much because we're going to definitely do a Ghostfacers episode.
I love their quirky bestie dynamic, though. It's so great.
Yeah.
The other great thing about this episode is that Sam and Dean are playing pranks on each other the whole time.
So much fun.
So great.
Yes.
Like what the radio like cranked up, or the itching powder, or what did he super glue the beer bottle?
To Dean's hand. And the itching powder, though, like Sam.
Dude, I think I'm allergic to our soap.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And he's like so uncomfortable, and he's like, twisting around, and he's like trying to itch himself without actually reaching down and scratching himself. It's so funny. Yeah, that was a great episode. And it introduces us to the tulpa.
Yes.
And the bad guy, the way they defeated him was, they burned him in the house.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't leave the house.
What was cool about the way that this episode was set up is that it kind of showcases all of the knowledge that they have. When they first think it's one kind of, like, whatever, it's this kind of ghost.
Right.
So we have to do this. But then that doesn't work. They're like, well, it's this kind of ghost, so then we do this.
Because it kept changing.
They're always ready to, like, switch their plan when they have more information. And then, if none of that works, but the story is that he can't leave that house, well,
burn down the house.
Burn down the house, you get rid of the ghost, right?
Yeah, that was a great episode. I loved their pranking one another.
And then at the end, they prank Harry and Ed.
Yeah, with the fish. Was that the one with the fish?
With the fish and with the Hollywood producers.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great. Yeah. And I loved Dean and Sam are talking about, well, this is what we heard about. You guys can't tell anybody. And so, like, he can't even contain himself. He goes running to their camper.
Like, you can't tell anybody. He's like, yeah, sure, of course not. He's like running backwards, practically tripping.
So cute. So funny. Yeah, so what was that? That was an awesome episode.
Yeah.
I think that's funny that you and I both picked two of the same.
I had a feeling it might happen.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there's 22
episodes. I figured you would pick Hell House.
Yeah.
I absolutely. I'm like, she's going to pick that one. But I didn't think you'd pick Faith. That one surprised me.
It was hard. I thought about some of the episodes. I thought about Dead Man's Blood, actually. Because, like, John shows up and there are some really emotional scenes between John and the boys.
Yep.
I really thought about Dead Man's Blood. But I settled on Wendigo. And then you said you picked Devil's Trap.
Yes.
Okay. The reason that I picked Wendigo is because I realize it's only the second episode, but it's a very classic Monster of the Week episode, which is kind of the bread and butter of the show, like initially, with the Yellow Eyes plot kind of going underneath. And we still see the Monster of the Week thing happen for the other 15 seasons when, like, they need a break. They're like, I just need to hunt. I just need a regular case for a minute. We get to see a classic Monster of the Week kind of episode. The family business line is from this episode.
Yes.
And it's such a great scene because Sam is so frustrated because they're out here doing whatever and they got to babysit these people who put themselves in danger when they could be on the road finding Dad. And Sam he's just so hell-bent on, he wants to find Dad, he wants to find Jessica's killer. Yeah. And Dean is like, listen, I want those things too, but
Dad sent us here.
Dad gave us this mission.
Yeah.
He literally squats down in front of Sam and he's holding up Dad's journal and he's like, Dad gave us this mission. He gave us, this is his legacy. The reason that we do it is for people like them. So we can be doing our thing and trying to find, Dad and whatever, but we can also be saving people along the way.
Do you know what I remember from that episode the most?
The M&Ms.
I thought it was the gigantest, biggest bag of M&Ms I've ever seen in my life.
I know. I was thinking that had to be a shot in 2005, right?
Yeah, well, they don't make bags like that anymore.
I was thinking about what the M&M packaging looked like then versus now when I was watching that episode.
They have like these little bags that are like shareable. I'm like, shareable? Let me show you a shareable size bag.
Right.
Let's go back to Supernatural. That was a bag of M&Ms. Yeah.
Just to kind of finish up, so the boys like bond over this, like they kind of together have this motive and this mission. Like the family business thing becomes their thing after that episode. And then it like sets the mood for the whole rest of the series. This is what we do. I just love that connection there. And this is the first time that they've been together. Like they've been back together hunting for not very long. No. After how many years of being apart. So, like, their interactions here are so different than later on when they're so comfortable with each other and they're spending every moment of every day with each other, basically. Yeah.
And Corey Monteith was in that episode.
Right.
He became real popular through the TV show Glee.
Right.
Unfortunately, he died really young.
Right.
But yeah, he was in that. And then like the girl, that was one of my favorite parts of that too, is at the end, Dean has this like bloody bandage on his neck. It's like so fake and ridiculous. But she's like, how can I repay you? And he like gives her a look and she's like, seriously, do we have to cheapen this? And he's like, yeah. So
he does. That's literally, he's like, yep.
Yeah, so cute.
Yeah.
And then the one I chose
For your
outside of the other two was Devil's Trap.
Okay.
And that was the finale of
fair.
season 1. For one thing, it brings us Bobby, who we get to see every season from then on.
Yes.
We love Bobby. We love Jim Beaver. So that was fun. And one thing I had kind of forgotten, I remember when they first go to Bobby's and they're like, well, last time Dad was here, you threatened to shoot him with your shotgun. And it's still the middle of the episode before they go find John. Bobby's like, bring your dad around. I promise not to shoot him. So you know that was still there. That friendship, I guess. It's hard. It's hard though. It's hard for hunters to make friends.
Right.
But as we find out later on, Bobby was more than just a friend. You know, he took care of the boys a lot.
Yeah.
But Meg is, basically, doesn't she die in this? They exorcise her, but she had fallen out of a building. And they are like, she can't survive this. So they called the ambulance. So she may have still been alive, but I think this is the last time we see blonde Meg.
I think it is.
Yeah. I think she was only season 1. I'm pretty sure. Which I like the second Meg that comes along,
we see
too.
her later in the one episode with the like ghosts that are coming, the revenants. I think it is.
This is the last time we see Demon Meg.
Yeah.
Demon blonde Meg.
Yep.
It was really sad too when they find John. They had to pretend like there was a fire, and they find John in this apartment building, and he's like, I think we talked about this in John's episode, like they knew it wasn't him because he was nice. He wasn't like, because Dean's like, Dad would have torn me a new one if he knew that I wasted a bullet on a non-yellow-eyed guy. Yeah. And I was like, that's so sad.
Isn't it?
But I know that it's true. And then they also had the ending when they're like, everything is done. They have gotten away, and the semi-truck just plows into him. You don't see that coming at the very end.
It like shakes you.
Yeah.
I swear, like, I think the first time I watched that, I felt like I was in that car.
Yeah.
Because it just like, that truck slams into the Impala and you're just like,
what?
It's like, it just like, the semi-truck could have just hit me in the brain instead. Yeah.
And the guy behind the wheel has black eyes.
Yeah.
He's been possessed.
And you're just like, oh shit. This isn't over.
So bad. Oh. So yeah, those were the 3 I narrowed it down to. It was hard.
That's a good one. Yeah. It's interesting that we picked like opposite ends of the season.
Yeah.
The whole season.
Did you almost pick the pilot?
No.
Oh, really?
No.
Okay.
I didn't want to pick the pilot because I was like, that feels a little cliche.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's what starts the whole thing.
It is. But I
Dad's
feel like,
on a hunting trip.
Yeah.
He hasn't been home in a few days.
Did notice recently on one of my rewatches, or probably every time I rewatch it, season 1 has all the quotes. Like all the things that we think of.
Yeah.
Like the driver picks the music shotgun, shuts the keyhole. Yeah. Like that line, the family business line.
Well, Eric Kripke knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
You know,
it's true.
He really was a genius in that. And I'm assuming he is in the television show The Boys as well, although I won't watch it. That, you know, he's good. He's good at what he does. And he's good at knowing when to get out. He's like, I got my 5-year plan and I'm out. And although Supernatural went on for another 10 years, which I'm very grateful for,
sure,
his ending would have been a good ending.
Yeah.
Still.
I mean,
end of season 5
Yeah.
of Supernatural would have been good. We need to do an Eric Kripke episode sometime.
Just talk about Eric.
See if we can get a hold of him and find out what kind of cocktail he prefers. I'm sure he's easy to get a hold of.
I'm sure somewhere on the internet
Probably.
there's that. For sure.
So do you rate your gin and tonic? Do you give it 4 full swigs like you did the first time around?
I'm sure. I forgot the simple syrup this time, and the Sprite didn't quite cut it.
Gin and tonic's fault.
No, it's not. It's my fault. Listen, I forgot simple syrup and all the podcast equipment today. So.
And I forgot the black raspberry liqueur for my Purple Nurple, but it all worked out. We got it. Mm-hmm. So this was fun to me to do the reflections, to go back to, I've been having a lot of fun. I realize that we're not like huge out there or whatever, and I hope that we get a better, bigger fan base of people listening to us. That's awesome, but I don't know. It's been fun.
I really just hope that the listeners are having at least half as much fun as we're having.
I know
here.
Some of them are. We have some loyal listeners that listen every week and then, say, hey, I liked this or that or whatever. And that's a lot of fun for me too.
We definitely appreciate all of y'all.
Yes. And
sharing
as always,
and everything. We
are on Instagram. We're on Facebook. And now we are on Threads.
We are.
Yeah. We are.
Totally.
Sound effects.
We are. There was like a launching of one hand off another.
I know. We probably should film. We really probably should.
I think that could be a fun special thing to do on occasion.
Yeah.
If you guys want us to video, do like a vlog version, we could totally do a YouTube channel with a couple of recording videos.
We could. We probably should.
Could be fun.
I know. It could be. It could be fun and scary. All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. Next week,
go ahead. What were you going to say?
I was going to say next week we are going to be talking about Donna.
Yes.
But in conjunction with that, I'll let you talk about it more. Spotify has a special thing, so you go ahead and say what it is.
It's not Spotify. It's an organization called Podcast Thon.
Okay.
Like marathon, but with podcasts.
Yes.
Podcast Thon. They do a global charity event every year. And they invited us to be a part of it. The goal is to just have as many podcasts as possible, dedicate one episode to a charity. Mm-hmm. So our next episode with Donna is going to be our charity episode. So
that'll be March 20th.
Yeah. Yes. So stay tuned for that. And we'll talk more about Podcast Thon, about the charity in our next episode.
Yes. Thanks for joining us, guys.